Hello, this video is about replacing fuel filter housing on Mercedes W204. It's a common problem on these. They start leaking around here. Normally there's a crack that develops and only the gasket is there, but this one, if it looks like there's no crack on it, but for some reason it looks like it's leaking. See, there's water all around there. What you see is you're gonna see there's water leaking from the top coming all the way to the bottom. See, like sign of leakage. To take this part out, first this bit here is both this vacuum housing is bolted on here, as so. You take this vacuum pipe off, which is connected there. It's got some vacuum pipes at the bottom of a lot of vacuum pipes at the bottom of it. Once you take that off, there's two 8mm. There's two bolts here, 8mm nuts, and one here. Those bolts here. You take them off the tray, and then you can slide it out of the way, as so. Just be careful not to break anything. Slide it out of the way, as so. Now that's that vacuum pipe. Once you do that, you try and best to raise this wiring thing up, loom up. To raise the wiring loom up, there's this bracket here. Unclip this bit here holding the fuel rail. Put a flat screwdriver here, move it forward, pry up, and then do the same this section. Move it forward all the way, pry up, try and raise the wiring up. Once the wiring is raised up like this bit sits in here like that. This bit sits in here like that. You find that this bit here is bolted on here, and it's going to bolt through. So you undo the bolt, take the bolt off with a magnet. That's the magnet here. Pick the bolt up with a magnet, and then this section side too. You can see that bit there. It's bolted. There's a bolt goes through there. Take that bolt off. And then there's one more bolt over there, which is there. Take that bolt off. This will become free. And then there's one bolt on top here, 8mm. There are 8mm Torx. Undo that. That's easy to get out. That one you could just use an extension like this. An extension like this. Sorry, it's a 10mm Torx with a slightly longer extension. There's the extension. Yeah, the next size extension from this one I was just using for the next size extension. And then undo that bolt, and then to get the bolt inside the other bolt, you have to get it through here, which you could do with an 8mm, or if you got the right size extension, that's a bit too long to get to that. So it is 8mm deep, which is got a smooth end. Put it in there like that. Put it in there like that. And then get to the bolt. You can see. Now you can undo it. Undo that bolt. That's all this loose. Once it's sitting in there, there's this pipe that connects to. Once the filter housing is sitting in there, it's got this pipe which connects there. Obviously, use a plier to undo the jubilee clip. Use a plier, or use this tool. It's a hose clamp tool. Squeeze it, pull it off, and then there's this hose as well, which sits here. This hose sits here, and on there, do the same thing. Get them off. Once those hoses are off, obviously before you could do all that, you have to take the diesel filter off. There's a diesel filter there which sits on top. that's the connectors for it. Undo the press the top bit and unplug the connector. These are the pipes that connect to the filter. To undo the pipes, you could use a little flat tool like this. Put it on the top like that, push it up, and it will unclip off. That you got those two pipes off, and then obviously this clips in like that. Use a flat screwdriver or a tool like a flat screwdriver and pry it on the edge. And then come off. Then you can get the diesel filter out and off. The diesel filter off. Once that's off, there's this plug here connects onto this sensor. Obviously you undo that plug off. So there's no need to take this off. Once all that's off, it's nearly ready to come off. So you squeeze this jubilee clip on the end here. Once it's squeezed, everything is loose. You just wiggle it out. It's going to be sitting in here and it's tight. That bit is going to be tight. What we found out that bit is on that bit here is on top of this. Move it out of the way, move everything out of there, and then you have to squeeze it, pry off. Then you have to pry off this way. Sometimes it might be easier to take this hose off. You could use a tool like this, put it there and clip it, but it's not necessary. But sometimes it might give you a bit more room. This sits in there like that. So when I'm putting it back in, I'll make a video once I'm putting it back in, so it makes it easy for people to follow. So it'll be sitting in like that. What you have to do is now, because everything is loose, there's a small pipe here as well. Sorry, there's a small pipe that goes on here. Same way, and squeeze the clip, take the pipe off, and then what you do is twist it this way. You find that it touches this bit here a bit. You could just push it out of the way a bit, squeeze it like that. Once that's squeezed, you get an assistant to squeeze this metal clip like that, pull it out, and then that's the job done. Now it's time to put the new one in. Once the new one comes, I'll make a video to show you how to put it back. Hello, we're back again here for refixing the fuel filter housing pipe. That's the part number A651 200 3700, and the replacement part hasn't got this bit here. Was this hole there, he hasn't got it because it's a nightmare once it's there. They did give a new part, but I don't know what the point of that was. Yeah, they give a new part, so what we do is we change this new part, bolt it on, and then that's it. That's the new part they supplied. So we're gonna replace that here on the hose, bolt it down, and then we can continue. That even
this normally goes on that side. Yeah. Yeah, look.
Just this bit is not gonna. It's tight.
That needs to go a little bit that way, yeah? Go on that side, yeah? And pull it back. Push it back. Yeah? Okay. That's a hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Yeah. Come on. Yeah?
Yeah, this one on here.
No. Put these two on first, yeah? Put these three on first.
Okay.
Yeah?
Which three? It's two.
Eh?
It's two.
It's three.
I think a hole.
Yeah,
I don't think it's done.
yeah, okay, yeah, two.
Because one of them, we came two original two holes, but
Yeah, two holes. Sorry, two. Yeah?
when they give three holes, I'll try and put three in and I'll see if three will work.
Where's that number try? Look at this. Yeah?
Yeah.
This one here. Yeah. Show me up. Put those two on first before you start putting any pipes on there. Yeah? Yeah? So you could move it a little bit back, yeah? Put that one in and then that one, yeah? The air chisel does it nicely, like.
But they give three holes, so I'll try and see if three.
No, three. Right? 3, 1 here. Yeah? Yeah? There's only 2 here. There's nothing here.
There's nothing there.
No, there is here.
There is, yeah?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, sorry, there's 3. So put 3 on.
So they give you
10 mils, yeah. Yeah, put 10 mils in. Are you right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, second up.
Or use the other one. Yeah, use that one.
This one.
That one.
This one.
No, just use one of these here.
Okay. So hold on, I'll go in the both three holes.
Okay. You're banging it. Are you right there now?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want me to do the job?
It's alright.
Eh?
It's alright.
Wallahi, I will do it.
The wiring was tight. Okay, back again for part 2. They give you a new clip for this hose here because the new part hasn't got this bit here. New part hasn't got this bit here. It's not there totally complete. It's not there. I'll leave the part number in the description. We just move this clip a bit further down. Put half here, half in there, and this wiring has to be quite high. You have to unclip that pipe, and then the wiring has to be as high as possible to be able to slide this bit in. Once you slide it in, then that's everything. Then you just continue, then you just put everything back together. I'm moving this clip back in onto the pipe now. It's in position, release it. put this clip back in properly. Now put this I think so, some sort of fuel line clip on and put the bolt on. Put this hose back on, the back hose, this tiny back hose. That tiny back hose onto the bits and tighten up. It's on there, as you can see. It's a bit dark because my camera light is gone off there. And put the clip down. Anyway, by the way, the new filter housing is 3 bolts. The first one is 2 bolts. Where it mounts is 2 bolts on here, but the new one is 3 bolts. There's a bolt at the bottom and then there's a bolt at the top here. They give you 3 10mm nuts to mount it on. One there, and one you can kind of see it's inside. One at the bottom. You can see that one just about 8mm Torx. That's one 10mm here. Yeah, 10mm there, and then the top one 10mm. I chose to use the old 10mm Torx bit because when you try to use the 10mm over there, you find out the head of the 10 doesn't kind of where the socket it struggles to go in because there's a, can you see that 2 grooved bit? When you try to use the 10mm one, it struggles. The socket, a quarter drive socket struggles to go there. Like this 10mm quarter drive, it wouldn't go there, so I had to reuse one of the old nuts. That shouldn't be a problem. So what's left now is to put everything back in place, reclipping the wiring loom back to where it is, plugging that wire loom back in. And then plug this one back in. Any clip, any wiring loom I've disconnected, I'm plugging all back in. Because the wiring loom has to come up quite high to be able to. That's one wiring loom. This plug goes on here. Now I'm going to connect. What's left is connect these 2 hoses. Then I'm nearly done. I'll be back. Okay, I've connected the hoses back on, as you can see. Connected that clip, connected that sensor back on there. What's mostly left now is to put this back on and the diesel filter housing, which I'm gonna do now. Connect the vacuum. Connect the vacuum on there. The vacuum line has been connected. There. Now leave it here. Open this clip up so the hose can go in. So that's where the clip, where the hose goes on the housing. Now I'm gonna bolt the housing on, and then that's kind of it. Reset the wiring loom back to where it belongs. Clips onto the diesel filter housing. It's gonna clip on there. It's back there. This one of the clip. And don't forget, this clip has to go back in because we have to take it off in the first place to get to that hose clip. So now we put it back in. You slide this bit down here first, then push it down and then twist it underneath the wiring. It's tricky, but you have to do it. As you can see now, that clip is in position. You see the bolts line up, that lines up. When you put in, it's tricky. You have to make sure this clip goes down a bit. If it's the clamp for that hose pipe is a bit up, it won't sit properly. Now it's sitting. I can bolt it on. You go one bolt there in the hand and another bolt in the corner right there. You can't see, but it's tricky, but you have to do it. That's me bolting the other bolt on. That's on. Now bolt the other one on. This one here is a deep 10. That's where the engine cover goes on. It's a deep 10. The 3 bolts here are different lengths. These 2 are the same length, and that one is a bit longer length. So keep that in mind. Now everything is back in. All the wiring, everything is connected. Now just dropping the diesel filter in, and these are the pipes for the. Just connect the pipes back on the diesel filter. Diesel filter sitting in, pipes, connect the pipes and jubilee clip it. This is the tool for the jubilee clips. To clip the jubilee clip back on the diesel filter housing. Once you put that, close the clips for the diesel filter housing, top up the antifreeze, and then should be good. And then once you start in the car, just turn the key on, wait about 10 seconds before starting the car, so to pump diesel through. So that's the job done. Thanks for watching.